Today I am resetting the entire NHL with a 48-team fantasy draft. Obviously, to do that, we have to add teams from other leagues into the NHL. We will be controlling the Toronto Maple Leafs, but we won't be making any selections for them. I'm going to do a completely random reset. But if you'd like to see me do this again, but draft one of the teams, then let me know. We're going to randomize the draft order 3 times and see where we end up. 17th isn't bad. I mean, looking at the first couple picks in the draft, the league is definitely shaken up quite a bit. I'm gonna hit sim entire draft, and we're gonna look at our team. This is the lineup we're looking at. Lafreniere, Pettersson, and Nevin on the first line. Apparently, we somehow got a legend. I don't know how. That's not supposed to happen. Second line, Farabee, Suzuki, and Kapanen, while the third line, we have Armia, another legend in Ron Sutter, and Athanasiou, with Delorier, Lizotte, and Richie on our fourth line. Defensively, we got Redeem, we got Bogfist, we got Bear, Nudivara, Leno, and Thompson. And in net, we're going with a youngin, Devin Levi, and we got 69 overall Fitzpatrick in the backup position. In year number 1, the team would finish with a 42-36-6 record, earning 90 points, finishing 8th in the entire division. I almost said entire league. We definitely did not finish 8th there, I'll tell you that much. We did not make the playoffs, but I'm not too surprised. I also figured out the reason there's legends is, as you can see, we have the Quebec Nordiques, alumni, and other alumni teams, so it's taking the legends from those teams and adding them to the draft. Well, I'm fine with it. I'm not going to complain too hard. Pettersson would end up finishing with 30 goals to lead the team, also leading the team in points with 78. And Levi didn't play terribly at all. A 908 save percentage and a 2.75 goals against average. We've seen way worse. 39 wins in 72 games played with 4 shutouts. And I'm just not even going to talk about Fitzpatrick because it's probably better off that way. Hey, Levi tied Blackwood for most wins in the league, so we'll take that. And the New York Islanders have Alex Ovechkin, who had 102 points to lead the league, while also leading the league in goals with 51. Kucherov on Orebro, I'm sure it's not how it's pronounced, had 47 goals for second, while Rantanen on Pittsburgh had 46 for third. Him, Barkov, and McKinnon actually all had 46. And when it's all said and done, the New York Islanders beat Berlin in 5 games in the finals to lift the Stanley Cup. Ovechkin getting another ring. You find the way the playoff tree looks in custom leagues is way worse than how it normally looks, I'm just saying. I would like to look at the Stanley Cup winning teams, and this is the best way. So they had Ovi, Kreider, Zegras, Verhaeghe, Colin White, Foligno. Very stacked. McDonough, Pacioretty. Like, compared to our team, this team is stacked, and salary cap is on. Almost forgot about awards. We have Ovechkin with the Hart Memorial Trophy, not surprising. Petrangelo on Florida wins the James Norris Trophy. Vaselli wins the Calder Memorial Trophy. Pacioretty wins the Conn Smythe Trophy. The Vezina goes to Freddie Anderson on Seattle, and Vanacek on Orebro wins William M. Jennings. I already hate this timeline. The Frank J. Selke Trophy didn't go to Bergeron. It was Crosby on Anaheim. Don't be too surprised, but we missed the playoffs once again in year number 2. We had a 38-42-4 record, earning 80 points, finishing 10th out of 12th in our division. I forgot to show who won the President's Trophy last year. It was the Pittsburgh Penguins this year with 108 points, a 51-27-6 record. It would be Nick Suzuki leading our team in points with 88. I would actually be Farabee leading our team in goals with 32. Considering Pettersson was our big first round pick, he's not exactly showing up as much as he should be. We actually signed Varlamov in the offseason, which was an upgrade to Levi, but not stat-wise. He did do 0.1% better than Levi this year. This year is a 3-way tie between Ullmark, Sorokin, and Francouz with 37 wins, while Ovechkin would take the top spot in points once again. This time he had to share though with McKinnon and Pasternak. They all had 104 points. It would be Matthews still on Winnipeg, leading the league in goals with 64, one more than Ovi. The Edmonton Oilers are your Stanley Cup champions after beating the Pittsburgh Penguins in 7 games in the finals. And Pittsburgh's Mikko Rantanen would lead the entire playoffs in points with 33, while it would be Troy Terry also on Pittsburgh leading the playoffs in goals, but they still couldn't win. If we look at the championship winning team, it would be Gunther, Zibanejad, Evander Kane staying on the Oilers, Kako, Hurdle, Lawton, Sam Gagner, Hornqvist, Falk. Definitely stacked. I didn't look at the goalies for the Islanders last year. And speaking of Islander goalies, Sorokin is the goaltender for the Edmonton Oilers. David Pasternak on Florida is your regular season MVP. The James Norris Trophy goes to Erik Karlsson. Some things never change, I guess. I was hoping the Calder would be won by Bedard so we could see where he was playing, but it was not. While Capo Caco is your Conn Smythe Trophy winner, that is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever say. And the Vezina Trophy goes to Leonard, and the William M. Jennings goes to Craig Anderson, who was playing on Pittsburgh as the backup. Year number 3, a 41-37-6 record, sees us finishing with 88 points, finishing 7th in our division, obviously not making the playoffs once again. And Berlin is your President's Trophy winner. They were in the Stanley Cup Finals in the first year, but they did lose. Pedersen led our team in points with 70, and also led our team in goals with 32. We're definitely seeing low numbers. Avalid, I don't even know who you are. Someone we just drafted, did pretty good. 27 goals, 24 assists at 18 years old. I'll take it. Nobody was close to Kucherov's level. He led the league in points with 122 and led the league in goals with 61. And goalies, we ended up starting Levi over Varlamov. Varlamov had decent stats, like our best stats we've seen yet. A 919 save percentage at 2.49 goals against average. Still couldn't even win half his games played though. And it would be Bouchard, one of the legends, and Francouz leading the league in wins with 40. And it would be Buffalo winning the Stanley Cup after beating the Arizona Coyotes in 6 games in the finals. An NHL team has won the Stanley Cup in all 3 years. And it would be Erik Karlsson on Philadelphia leading the entire league in playoff points with 23. There is Connor Bedard. He was on the Stanley Cup losing Arizona Coyotes. He tied with Sprong to lead the league in playoff goals with 9. No one had double-digit goals this time around. Sprong would lead the way for the Stanley Cup winning Buffalo Sabres. They also had Kubalik, William Karlsson, Palmieri, Dubé, named Stinkov. I know it's not named Stinkov, that's just what I call him. Nemestikov, Theodore Abe-Kubel. Hey, they had Phil Kessel, that's why they won. They ended up having Georgiev in net, and his back is hurting looking at those stats. A 934 save percentage and a 1.98 goals against average. Give the man the Conn Smythe. I know they won't, but they should. Nikita Kucherov is your regular season MVP, while Erik Karlsson wins back-to-back James Norris trophies. Brady is your Calder Memorial Trophy winner. Palmieri wins the Conn Smythe. I don't think that makes any sense, but we'll take it, I guess. Not like I have another option. Ottinger is the Vezina Trophy winner, while Kemper is your William M. Jennings Trophy winner. Don't panic, but we actually made the playoffs, finishing with a 47, 23, and 14 record, earning 108 points. We finished 2nd in our division, 1 point behind Montreal. It would be the Arizona Coyotes winning the President's Trophy with a 55, 23, and 6 record, earning 116 points. The Pedersen leading our team in points once again with 74. Lafreniere was behind by 1 with 73. While would be Pedersen not leading our team in goals? Never mind. Havlid at 34 at age 19. He's our sleeper pick. He's going to carry us. Connor McDavid finally decided to show up. He led the league in points for the first time with 112. And it would be Matthews still on Winnipeg leading the league in goals with 62. Levi is definitely our guy. 41 wins in 71 games, played a 917 save percentage and a 2.55 goals against average. And it was Levi who was the sole win leader in the league. He played a lot of games, to be fair, but he still got it done. We might as well watch this heartbreak together. Our first playoff opponents, and probably our only realistically, is the New York Rangers. To be fair, I don't know who they have, so this could go good. I'm simming the first 4 games. We're gonna lose, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win. Hey, this is going way better than expected. Down in the dumps the first 3 seasons, but we're here to play now. We would lose game 5, which is not great, but we would win game 6, which means we're off to the second round. Problem is we have to play Montreal, and I know for a fact they're one of the best teams in the league. They won our division. They have Leon Draisaitl. Can't say I'm expecting this to go too hot, but we are up 2-1 after the first 3 games. Let's sim a couple more. It's a loss and another loss. That's what I thought. Which means we have to win back-to-back games to make it out, and we absolutely do not. We lose game 6. It started out great and ended terribly. Sounds like an average Toronto Maple Leafs playoff run. Arizona Coyotes would lose in the finals once again, as Montreal would win in 7 games to lift the Stanley Cup. Bedard 0 for 2 in Stanley Cup finals. That's gotta hurt. Stuart Skinner was the Stanley Cup winning goalie for Montreal. The Brinkat and Bedard were number 1 and number 2 in points for Arizona and for the entire league in the playoffs, and they still lost. Was Connor Bedard leading the league in goals with 17. Nikolai Ehlers, 16 goals, led the team. They had Wendell Clark. They had the grit. Sissons, Chernak. David finally wins the Hart Memorial Trophy, while Roenick would win the James Norris Trophy. It would be Nikolai Ehlers winning the Conn Smythe Trophy, while Levi would win his Vezina and Burke would win the William M. Jennings. Shout out to Levi for actually getting an award for the boys, because that's probably as close as we're going to get to any hardware. Year number 5, we tied for the final playoff spot. We had a 47, 33, and 4 record, earning 98 points, finishing 15th in the entire league. Montreal Canadiens are on top of the league with 123 points. They had a 58, 19, and 7 record. What a top 2 for points this is, both on Philadelphia, both with 118, Patrick Laine and Connor McDavid. Now that's That's some dominance right there. It would also be Patrick Laine leading the entire league in goals with 59. I'm a little bit scared of Philadelphia, I'm not gonna lie. And we have to face the Montreal Canadiens in round number 1, so I'll save you the pain by not even showing the simulation. I already know we're gonna lose. I sure was right. We lost in 5 games. It wasn't even a competition. And it's back-to-back Stanley Cups for the Montreal Canadiens. They beat Winnipeg in 5 games in the finals. They beat Philadelphia, who had McDavid and Laine in 5 games in the semifinals. Leon Draisaitl is a big reason why. 28 points to lead the entire league, while it'd be Matthews with 16 goals in 21 games to lead the league in goals. McDavid will win back-to-back regular season MVPs. I feel like it should have been Laine. I'm just saying. They tied in points and Laine had more goals. I forgot that Philly also had Erik Karlsson. I don't know how this team didn't win a cup. He would win the James Norris Trophy for the 3rd time in this simulation. Draisaitl is your Conn Smythe Trophy winner, while the Vezina Trophy goes to Carter Hart, and the William M. Jennings Trophy goes to Drieger. That is going to be it for me today. I do love looking at the previous winners of the Conn Smythe. If you remove Draisaitl from this list, how many people would you actually see winning? I know I haven't been uploading much recently. I apologize for that, but thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.